In this session, we are first going to understand the dates and then how do I use the dates as a part of my analysis. Especially, how can I combine the two data sources? Probably I'll use two Excel files. How do I combine the two Excel files and try to get the combined output from the two? So we will even talk about the relationship building, where the relationship is built using the dates. Many a times we all understand the fact that dates form a very essential part of any analysis. And a lot of times I will be making lots and lots of interpretations based on the dates. Okay, how were my numbers compared to last year? Did I do well compared to the last year or not? Or probably monthly, in which month I have done the best, in which month I have performed the worst. Or something like by when can I reach my target? So many a times what happens is dates based comparison, time based comparison is one of the essential elements of analysis. And even when we are plotting the dashboards, many times we plot the dashboard across time, compare between the two time periods. So it really helps the users to describe their data by date. So that's the reason understanding the dates will really help us in doing a lot of analysis using Tableau. So I would like to take up this particular session talking about how to use the dates so that you can analyze the data using the dates. So here, the core example that I would be taking, I want to join two sources of data by date. And so I build the relationship between the two by date. And so that the combined information from the two data sources comes and gets displayed in our final analysis. So for that, let me start. Let me look at the two data files which I am going to look at. The one which is the internet sales. If I look at the data file, it contains the data right from 2005 1st July up to 2008 31st July. So almost 60,000 records of data is there. Product key, due date, order date, lot of dates are there, right? The customer key, which is the customer ID kind of stuff. Then currency, sales territory, sales order number looks more and more unique across. Then we are talking about the price, a lot of stuff. So this is what is present as a part of internet sales. Alright, this is a CSV file. Okay. Right, so this is a CSV file. And then I'm also talking about the other one, which is a dim date Excel sheet, which is talking about for all the entries that were there. See, in this sheet, I have the dates marked in this format, right? 20050701, 20050702. So here we are trying to define what that does mean. So 20050101 actually means this particular date, and this is the a Saturday, and this is the day number, lot of stuff, week number. So that's how I would like to. I have one table which is talking about the detailed description of this, right? Now I want to link these two things to really do some kind of analysis on Tableau. Alright, so let me open Tableau for that. So my Tableau is open. So this is where I can connect, right? I'll open a new one. So I click file new. So this is the Tableau book that gets opened, workbook gets opened. So I'll connect. I'm going to data. Okay, so here or from here, I can very well connect to the two files. So I'll connect to the dim date, which is an Excel file, and along with that, I should also connect to a text file, which is a CSV. So I'll use the internet sales also. So these two things I have connected. Right, I have internet sales, which is a CSV file, and I have a dim date, which is an Excel file. So these are the things both which are there. Now, so the two data sources are there, and I really want to join the two of them so that I can do the analysis by date. Now, what is the connector between the two here? It is the date key. In the dim date, the connector between the two, if you look at, this is 2005-0101. The same logic, when I go to internet sales, I have an order date. Order date key, which is also showing in the same mechanism. So the order date key and the date key in the other one, these are the joiners. Right? These have the linkage. I want to link these two fields. So let me look at their structures for that. Okay, this is a dim date. So in this dim date, the date key is a part of the dimension here, and in the internet sales, the order date key is a part of the dimension here. I have to make sure whichever the things I want to link, whichever the fields or the columns that I want to link, they have to be dimensions. They should not be measures. If they are measures, I should drag them into the dimension section. Right? If they are measures, I should drag them into the dimension section. They should be dimensions only. So I'm ensuring that both of them are dimensions, otherwise I could have dragged them from the measures to the dimension. Because if they are measures, we cannot join them. So one important aspect from our understanding standpoint, in Tableau, if they are measures, I cannot join the measures. Only if they are dimensions, I get into the joining of them. Now that I know that I can join both of them, that is the clarity that we have got. I can join both of them, right? So now what should I do? How do I join them? So this is where I can select, right? Let's say I would select the dim date. Now with the data on the dim date selected, I go to simply the relationship. Go to data. Within that we have something edit relationships. So I have to link. So I'm going with edit relationships. Now you could see the primary data source is dim date and the secondary data source is internet sales. Right, I've got the edit relationships. So we have the primary data source, which is the dim date, and the secondary data source, which is the internet sales, which is the other file. Now what it is saying is it is doing an auto, it has identified it automatic. Okay, when I say okay, these two are linked, right? We have gone to this, these two are linked. Yeah, see, by default when I say automatic, it must have linked on its own, finding the appropriate key. But when I say custom, I can define my own source of relationship. So from the primary, you see here, these are the fields of my primary, which is the dim date. So let's say I want to link the date key here. Here, this is the secondary, which is belonging to my internet sales. So this I want to link it like order date key. So I want to link these two parameters. The date key of the dim date, I want to link with the order date key of the next one, right? So the date key, I am linking it with the order date key. Here the problem is the order date key is looking like a number here. So that's where the relationship is. I mean, it's looking in a completely different format. Okay. If that's the case, let me link it like this. Full date alternate key. Let me link the full date alternate key here. Yeah, let me take the full date alternate key here. Instead of linking it piecewise, I'll take the full date order date key here. I'll link it with the order date key here. Because these two are in the date format, it is trying to link those two stuff. So I'm taking the full date alternate key here, because if you had looked at the data, the full date is, now let's look at the stuff. In the internet sales Excel sheet, the order date, we have it in this way. Okay, due date, what is happening is the order date key let me do it again, or let me save this as Excel. In the same location, let me save it as an Excel workbook. Now let me try what is the way the formatting is coming out. Okay, so let me go back with the process again. So let me remove this internet sales. Now let's say I don't want this, right? I want to close this data source. I don't want this. So only dim date is there. Now I am adding one more data source, which is an Excel data source. I am adding internet sales Excel. Alright. Okay. Internet sales, the Excel data source. Let's see if the values are there. Yeah. Okay. Now here we have the order key in this particular format. Right. And at the same time, okay, I also need to have a dim date. So let me add even the dim date, because here it is showing only the internet sales. So I'll go to the text file. Oh, sorry. I'll go to the Excel and I'll add dim date as well. Now let's see what all are there. There is a dim date. There is internet sales file. Now I'll come to this. Now I'll see whether the date key here, which is as a part of the dimension for dim date. For internet sales, I wanted the order date key. So even that is present as a part of the dimension. So that is fine. Now I have to build the relationship. So let me start with the dim date. Go to data, edit relationship. I don't want automatic. I want a custom relation. So there is a dim date here, which is the primary data source. The secondary data source is internet sales. I go to custom, add. I want to link the data key, the date key of the dim date with the order date key here. I have built the relationship between the two. I have gone with the custom relationship and I have simply built the relationship. I have taken on the dim date, I have taken the date key column, and on the internet sales, I have taken the order date key column, and I am simply building the relationship. That is the kind of a relationship between the date key and the order date key. Right? Now, when I say simple, okay. Now, either I can do this on the same worksheet or I can do it in the new. Fair enough. Now, let me take the dim date now. Within this, I have the calendar year. So now I'll start linking the two. The relationship wise, these two are built. So what I'll simply do, I'll drag the calendar year which contains the actual proper year. Now because these two are linked, I can bring out the calendar year and let's say I put it in the rows here. Now I get, you see, 2004, 5, 6 up to 11. I'm getting the calendar year from that particular location. So I have taken the calendar year on the row, and I really have to see that the calendar year, what is the type of that. So I can very well now let me just pull the calendar here. It is showing a number kind of a dimension. So what I can very well do is, it should be of a string data type. So change the data type from the number, I change it to a string. So once I have changed it and then I have dragged it, now I'll just get the values like this. So it is showing, it's not showing me the calculations part. It is simply displaying the years because now it's of a category string. So I have got the calendar years here, and now I go to the other one, which is the internet sales. And when I come to the internet sales, here it is showing a kind of a broken link. We have created a relationship, but we did not activate the relation. So what I can very well do, I can simply click on this, because we have to build the relationship. If that relationship is not built, then the analysis will not make any kind of a sense. So you click on that broken link, you could see that the relationship, the link is built, and it turns into a red color saying that the relationship is built. Now I want to simply drag the sales amount. I want to find out year wise sales amount. So I am dragging the sales amount for the computation, probably into the marks section. I simply drag the sales amount. Right onto this canvas, I can drag the sales amount. I can have one itself. Why do I need both? So I'll have one of them, the same one. So the first one, I'll remove it. So I have dragged the sales for 2005. This is the sales 6. This is the sales 7. This is the sales 8. This is the sale. So year wise it is giving me the sales amounts. When they were not linked, now if I break the link, you could see that the numbers are completely different because it's not able to find out by which year. But the moment I am again building the link, what is happening is from the due date key or from from the date key in the dim date, it is looking for the order date key. And so wherever there is a matching, it is we are trying to identify the calendar year corresponding to that, and that calendar year is based on that calendar year, the summation of the sum amount, sales amount is happening and is getting displayed to us. So that's how we can link. So it's as good as year wise. I simply want the sales amount. Similarly, let's say I want weekday wise, right? We had in the, if you look at the data sheet, we had something talking about days of the week, right? English day name of the week. I want to find out how much are the sales on each of the days of the week. So what I can very well do, I will drag, I don't want calendar year now, so I am taking it back. So the total amount is what is being shown. Now what I really want is that English day name of the week. I want this one. It should be a string. So I want this one. So if I drag this here, I get a good understanding. Okay, on Monday these are the sales, on Tuesday these are the sales, blah blah blah. So this is a simple comparison that I can do. Similarly, if I want month wise, right, I simply drag, okay, month number is there, okay, English month name we have here, so I'll drag the English month name. It will give me, okay, January wise this is this. So finally I could say probably July, August, September are the weaker months, whereas May, June, December are slightly the stronger ones in terms of the sale. So a quick analysis can very well be summarized because of linking two different tables, right? And I could even perform, instead of sum, which is being shown here, I could change the measure, let's say, to average, which will give me the average numbers, right? Any of the measures I can very well bring out. Let's say if I want to do the counting, how many periods are there for each of the months. So different kinds of calculations I can very well do on the data. So by joining two sources, it is allowing me to enrich my presentation part, and it is helping me to join two or more data sources, so the duplication of the data can directly be eliminated. So it is, I mean, this kind of a feature where I can join two data sources, my analysis is becoming more and more appropriate because I am able to do the aggregation on the joint data sources at the lowest level possible, right? So that's one advantage, and they can really play an important role in terms of doing calculations and summarizations quickly and easily. Thanks a lot for listening to this session. Thank you very much.